Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here, and guess what? I'm outside. So is Daisy. We're out here and we're coming to you for the 15th week of 2019, which is what? I wrote it down, April the 7th to the 13th. I wrote it down because I don't always remember dates. But we are sitting outside and it is absolutely beautiful. We don't even have the lawn furniture out yet, and who knows, it might snow again, but most likely not. But we're just out here enjoying the day. And that's what I want to tell you to do. That's the big message this week. Enjoy the day. Let go of the anger. The anger isn't helping. You know, the left is fighting with the right, and the right is fighting with the left, and all it's creating is more anger. It's time. We're not doing any good. We're not changing the political scene with the anger. And it's time to let go of it. Let go of the anger. It's time to enjoy the day. And as I enjoy this day, I'm creating a pattern, a pathway for someone else to come and enjoy their day. That's what I want you all to do, to enjoy the day. We do have our books, and we will get messages from both of our books in just a moment. Daisy's insisting upon being petted here, so we've got to give her some attention while we're talking to you. People are making themselves sick from the political scene. The U.S. right now, I won't say it's broken, but the U.S. is in turmoil, and many parts of the world are in turmoil. And our anger isn't going to help anybody. If you feel the anger, and certainly there are things to be angry over, but once that anger hits, look at it and then ask yourself, what can I do? How can I change this anger into an act of love? What can I do to help others? Not just sit there and seethe and get angrier. That's not working. The next few weeks, the next few months, even, I hate to say it, the next couple of years are going to be really difficult for us. And I can't stress enough that I know you're worn out. I can't stress enough how important it is to take care of yourselves during this period of time, because it's not going to get easier. And if we're caught in that anger, we're only going to make ourselves sick. So let's step back from the anger. Let's pet the dog or the cat, or hold our lover or our spouse's hand. Let's reach out to our neighbors. Let's turn acts of love. Let's change the political scene through our own acts of love. That's not to say we don't have boundaries. Certainly we have boundaries. It's not to say we don't speak out. Certainly we speak out. But how are we speaking out? Because all of this anger is creating more anger. All of this anger is creating the disruptions in the world, and we can't hear each other. And we must be able to hear each other. Daisy's walking now. You can probably hear it on the leaves that we haven't cleaned up from last fall. The advantage of living in a woods. So, anyway, my friends, we have to create joy in our lives. We have to have days like this where we just take a breath, catch our breath, and say, I am just so blessed to be alive, and I am so grateful to be alive. You know, I was a young woman during the 70s, and what I remember about those times, about Watergate, is I do remember the vice president ended up in prison. I do remember the Nixon's AG ended up in prison, and Nixon probably would have ended up in prison had President Ford not pardoned him. So I have hope. I have hope. We got through that period of time. This is rougher. This time is rougher. And Daisy's right here saying she's sending lots of healing energy to everyone. So I'm not going to discount the difficulty of the time we're in. I don't want to negate that at all. People have asked me, do I see an impeachment coming? People have asked me, what about the Mueller report? People have asked me, what about the taxes? This is all going to take more time. Please remember, many knew about Watergate before Nixon was reelected to a second term. So am I saying Trump will be reelected to a second term? I'm saying that there's that possibility. And right now, unfortunately, it could happen. So let us stay as positive as we can with everything that's going on in our nation and in the world. We need a leader, and a leader is kind. A leader is strong. A leader has healthy boundaries. A leader does not call people names. Let's remember what a leader is, and let's each of us step into a leadership role and be a good leader, one of love, one that can change the world by those small acts of every day showing love. The big acts may not change the world, but our small acts just might. Let's get our tip for joy this week. 52 practices to create harmony, to create happiness and break the addiction to unhappiness. It's one of my books, and I picked one earlier. Let's see if I can find it because I didn't mark it. Well, I don't know what I picked earlier. But what I want you to know is I just opened to number 1. We're going to do number 1. Attitude. We can change everything by our attitude. How do we see life? How do we really take care of ourselves? How do we take care of our world? On a day like today, if I look at the sky, it looks like there's some dark gray clouds. You've also seen the sun come out while we've been sitting here. And there are blue sky and white clouds. All kinds of things as I look up into the sky. I don't want to look, I can't really look without sunglasses on or shading my eyes because that sun is pretty bright. But you know what? Now the sun's going to go behind a cloud. And I can see the cloud or I can see the sunshine. It's my attitude. It's my choice. So this week, I want you, if you feel yourself in a funk, you feel yourself frustrated or caught in any non-life affirming emotion, go check out Daisy's video that just laughs. That's all we do, is we're sitting right here where we are now, and we're just sitting there laughing. Go join us in a laughter. Laughter will pull you out of that funk. We don't have to be caught in that downward spiral. And simply by asking the question, is there a different way of looking at this? That simple question, is there a different way of looking at this? We can, if we ask ourselves that question, how else can I look at this? Can I see the gray cloud that's right now obscuring the sun? Or do I see the sun trying to break through? And do I see the sun break through? My friends, we create our own reality. Did you see what Daisy did? She said she wants bedding, and so she's going to get it because that feels good to her. What feels good to you, my friend? Find it and do it this week. And then spread that. I can't begin to tell you how important adding joy to the world is. That's adding love to the world. And it is so, so needed right now. Politically, we can't change things right now. What's going to change them is not adding more anger. It's adding action out of love. Let's see what Philip has to say this week. And for all of you who make your comments below, thank you. I'm trying to get better at answering them, but I'm not. But this is an oracle book, and each page has a different oracle or a different wisdom on it. So we just think left page or right page. And by the way, you're all welcome to receive my newsletter. You just have to go to my website and sign up, and it is free. And yes, I do accept donations for it. Somebody asked me that, and I received a wonderful donation recently. And what excited me the most is the woman who sent me that donation had taken one of my workshops a while back, and at the time she never had the consciousness to be able to send this donation. So Daisy's enjoying my water back there, isn't she? She has her own, but she'd rather drink mine. All right, let's see what Philip has to say. Think left page, right page. Ready? Okay, we're just going to open here, and I'm hearing right page, but we will also, I always let you know what's on the left page, but here's what the right page says. And this is exactly what we've been talking about. Imagine that. It always happens that way, doesn't it? Others interact with you from the level in which they express life. If you live on a different level, will you not then interact from a different perspective? I'm going to read that again because that's really important. If we are always interacting with others out of you must hear me, you must believe as I believe, what level are we interacting from? We're only interacting from a very base level when we're doing that. And what we're really saying, when somebody is trying to convince you of their beliefs, what they're really saying is, listen, I don't know if I really believe this, but I have to believe this because I'm scared not to believe this. And if you believe this, if I can convince you, then, maybe I'm right. It's not a positive. It's not positive. Let it go. Give it up. Others interact with you from the level in which they express life. If you live on a different level, will you not then interact from a different perspective? If I'm seeing that cloud as gray, and that's what the sky looks like, that's my world. But look at this, the sun just came out. And if I'm seeing that sun, that's my world. What world are you creating? What's your attitude? What's your perspective? And on the other side, without a receiver, there is no giver. That's the left hand. But our message is really, others interact with you from the level in which they express life. If you live on a different level, will you then not interact from a different perspective? Give up the anger, my friends. Give up the anger. Let it propel you to actions of love and live there. Let that be your perspective. Just simply ask yourself, what's another way I can look at this? Make sure you see the sunshine. And I hope you're having as beautiful a day where you are. I know it's going to get cold again. And in fact, I'm going to be in a different part of the country next week, and it'll be colder. So you enjoy your life. Please add sunshine to your life and to the world. I love you, my friends. Thank you for the love you give to Daisy and to me and to all of us here at our family. The sun is out. Enjoy it.